G'day Year 11 and welcome to another YouTube lesson. Today we're going to be taking a look at coordinating key business functions and resources. Kind of in Year 12, interdependence with the key business functions, how they work well together and how to best coordinate these business functions. It's part of the management processes, which is the third out of the fourth subtopic of business management. Now, coordinating key business functions and resources. There are how many business functions do we see within a business? Ask yourself that question. If you've said 4, you're doing well. Again, test yourself and see if you know what those 4 are. We have mentioned them before in class. O, operations. M, marketing. H, human resources. Used to be called employment finance, but since 2012, human resources. And F, finance. Well done. Now, the coordination of the key business functions is about how to, as a manager, to get these business areas, these functions, to gel well together, to work well together and effectively. And it's very difficult to do that with a large public company. Small enterprises, somewhat medium enterprises, can do this more easily because it may just be the one person, a sole trader, working in that business, and they will do all 4 aspects of it. Now, operations, what does it look at? It focuses on strategies to improve the production process and to create the ideal factory or office layout. And so your responsibility as a manager is to make sure that operations gels well with, goes well with, coordinate operations, marketing, finance and HR, and they work well together. Marketing, what's that look at? Marketing determine the appropriate markets for a business's products and decide on the pricing, the product's features, the promotion, and the channels of distribution, what we call place. Place is not that physical location, it's how you will distribute all of your products to your customers. Now, the next business function, finance. They're responsible for the financial requirements, the budget allocation, and financial record keeping for a business. And finance, like all of these business functions, are very, very important. They rely heavily on each other. All of them need finance to be able to have that capital to be able to work effectively. Now, HR, human resources, the next one. They're concerned with the recruiting, training, employment contracts, and at times the separation of employees who are required to run the business successfully. All right, now, taking a look at the 4 business functions, there's some additional things each of those business functions do. Operation, look after things like manufacturing and the provisions of services. They value add throughout their processes. They may be domestic or global. Marketing incorporates sales and advertising, product design and marketing strategies. Finance also is responsible for incorporating administration, financial management, financial planning, and management and change. And the last one, HR, human resources, it's there to be able to look after industrial relations, recruit, as we said, train, and make sure that they're looking after these employment contracts. Now, these business functions, these key functions, are interdependent, okay, which means they gel, overlap, need to work with each other. They rely upon each other. All right, they're separate functions, but there's a word synergy that's often used to describe this interdependence. It means the whole is greater than the sum of the individual parts. And HR needs finance to be able to have the money to pay their workers. Finance needs HR because HR are largely the driving force behind work being completed so that they can be sold and generate income for finance. And it's the same with all the other business functions as well. They're heavily reliant upon each other. Now, remember the focus for the Year 11 course is SMEs, small to medium enterprises. The focus for the Year 12 course The theme is more on large, private, and especially public companies. So in a small business, often one person is responsible for more than one of these functions. Maybe if it's a sole trader, the one person, maybe even all of them, in the case, as I said, as a sole trader. Business functions working well together is called the interdependence of business functions. And we see that in the Year 12 course. That is that they rely upon each other in order for the business to thrive. Therefore, it's very, very important the business functions gel well together and are well coordinated. An example includes, if a business wishes to expand, then it might ask marketing to devise a series of radio commercials. That's marketing. So what marketing can do it all on their own? They just devise a series of radio commercials. Don't think so. Marketing requires finance, that coordination of these resources in order to do this. So it's clear that marketing and finance are interdependent with one another because marketing needs the cash, the coinola, to be able to fund their campaign. A good manager always coordinates all of these different business functions well together. All right, guys, thanks again, and I'll see you next lesson. Goodbye.